I'm going to try turn this £1 coin into as much money as I can. I'm in isolation at the minute. I tested positive 5 days ago for COVID-19. I think it was a new variant. I had the virus just over 3 months ago when I was in Mexico, and that wasn't fun. I had to isolate there, and now I'm back here and I've got to isolate again. So I thought, what better way to do it than to do a little, oh, I've lost a pound already. Oh no, it's here. What better way to spend my time than to do a money challenge? So I've set myself 3 days to turn this £1 coin into as much money as possible, but I can't leave my room. Other than going to the bathroom, I can't leave the space of this room. For any of you that don't know, I actually sell digital products as my main source of income. I sell magic trick tutorials to magicians, which I know sounds really niche, but it works for me. I create a magic trick, I film the video, and I send it out to a bunch of magicians. It goes on websites like my own website, Visual Magic Store, Penguin Magic, Illusionist.com, Lost Art, and Murphy's Magic, which spans it out to pretty much every other website. So I sell digital products for magicians, and I also sell physical products as well. I'm also a creative consultant for magicians and people on social media, so that might come into this challenge, and I'll get to that shortly. I was joking about losing that £1 coin. I've done it again. Where did I... Oh, it's there. Right, I've got the £1 coin. It's currently the 21st of December. It's just gone 1 o'clock. And this is day 1 of the challenge. I don't want to do anything in this challenge that no one else could do, so if I'm applying my skills of magic, I want to make sure it's applicable for another skill. So I don't just want to sell another magic tutorial because that's too easy for me, and it's not something that everyone could do. So instead, I'm going to be looking at different ways I can make money which everyone could do, because I think that's more beneficial. I had a little brainstorm this morning before starting this challenge, and I came up with a whole bunch of ideas, but I think to start with, it might be fun just to put this on like a horse race or something. Some kind of betting just for this £1. If we lose it, we lose it. Maybe we'll put it all on roulette. Let's download some betting apps on my phone. So I've just put £5 into my Paddy Power account, but I'm not going to spend more than the £1. It was just because the minimum deposit was £5, but don't worry about it. Anyways, let's go on to roulette, and we'll see how it goes. Come on, let's hope for a winner. Ah, there we go. I'm hoping it lands on that green. If it lands on green, that could give us a good head start to this challenge. Green, 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 green. Oh, but it is red and even. So that means I, oh, hang on a minute. No, it's not. Well, that was fun, starting from 0. Okay, so now we're actually starting from scratch. I've got a couple of ideas. One of them is to do like an online consultancy service, because quite often I do consultancy, but I never do it online, like over Zoom. I'm gonna set up a MeetFox account. Now, MeetFox is this website which basically allows you to do Zoom calls or Skype calls, but you can charge for them. For my fee, I'm gonna charge either £25 or £30 per half hour, just because that's based off of what I normally charge for normal consultancy. So I'm gonna do that, and hopefully we'll see if we can get a booking from one of my clients. With that being said, I know that I'm using my magic and my creativity to do this, but I do think that anyone could do this in a skill that you're good at. If you're good at maths, you could do like a virtual tuition thing for students, and you could put it out onto a local Facebook group saying, hey, I'm doing virtual tuition. You could probably charge about £10 per half hour if you're between 16 and 18, I guess. Let's say if you're good at painting, you could do a painting class over Zoom and you could charge people for it. Working from home and doing these little virtual classes or tuition or consultancy is a good way to make money. Now, the way I see it, you can either make a product or a service. If you make a product, that's something you make once and it runs in the background whilst you're doing whatever else, and that's a way to make truly passive income. Or you can make a service, which is where you charge for your time and you provide a service. So in my case, if I was doing an online call, it means I'm charging my service of being a creative consultant and they're paying me for that time. But after that half hour or after that hour, that stops. So I'm not making any money from that first hour or so, it just stops there. Whereas if you make a product and it takes you an hour to make, you could not make as much in that first day, but it could carry on ticking and create that passive income that everyone wants. At some point in the next 3 days, I'd really like to make a product, like a digital product, that could also outlast this 3-day challenge. So whilst I could have an outcome at the end of this challenge of making £100, £200, it could grow further than that, and it could in a month's time span 3 times that. I just logged onto my MeetFox account. I just had a booking come through for 2:30 p.m. and that's for half hour for £25, which is pretty good. So that means that hopefully in an hour or two, we're going to be up by £25. One way that I actually used to make quite a lot of money was by editing videos for different creators. So I'd edit TikToks, Facebook videos, YouTube videos, all sorts of stuff like that, and then they'd pay me, sometimes depending on how many views it got, and sometimes just a one-time fee. Now I've made an Upwork account, and Upwork is a website which basically allows people to find freelance workers such as myself, and I just found this one which says video editing and production for Instagram stories. I spent the next 5 minutes or so working on the application form, and I filled it all in and sent it off. We'll just submit it. Okay, there we go. We've submitted that. Let's do another one, and then I'll leave that to marinate because we need to jump on that call soon. I just finished up on that call, which means we've got £25. It was a really good call. He was a TV magician that had found my stuff on Instagram, and he seemed really interesting. He'd also signed up to my membership, which means not including a challenge, but I did get like an extra £100 or something. He said he'd call again in a couple of weeks just to catch up and ask my thoughts on his social media, which is good because it means hopefully I've got a returning client, which will outlast this challenge. We've now got £25, so let's see what we can turn that into. I kind of forgot, I actually do need to write up these notes that I made in that call and send him over a Google document. So it's not completely done yet. Oh, brilliant, he's already paid me. We have the money, guys. Woohoo! I just spent the last 15 minutes maybe condensing it all down. I say condensing, expanding it all out actually into a Google document sheet, which I'm now just gonna send to him as a PDF. It's actually got a lot of really good information in it, like not gonna lie, he definitely got his money worth as far as I'm concerned. I hope he feels the same way. I'm gonna email him that, and then we'll get on to the next idea. My mum came and dropped me off this little tiny Christmas tree, which is nice. So thanks, Mum, for that. Here's my collection of positive flow tests from day one. This one you can't really see because the line's very faint. This one, the line is also very faint. But then this one, that's just COVID, isn't it, really? I don't know if you knew this, by the way, but if you have a positive test and you just put it like new variant, let's do this stupid test. I would really like it to be negative. It would make me enjoy Christmas a lot more. That's pretty not smart. I don't want to put it in my mouth. That's not smart, Luke. Let's open this up. Now, we've already done the hat trick. I'd really like this to be negative. And now, now we wait for a bit. You know, I've had COVID like twice in the last 3 months. Didn't even know it was possible. Didn't even know it was possible. Well, this is the most delightful thing that's happened to me all day. Got a negative test. I've had a little idea, which actually is kind of my brother's idea. He always goes on about how it's a way you can make a bit of passive income. This is an app called Thoughtful, which I use all the time to send people like birthday and Christmas cards. All these cards are actually designed by different people. So I thought, well, I could design these. I know how to use Photoshop and Canva, and some of them are really basic. I think I'm just gonna spend tonight signing up for Thoughtful, which I'm trying to do now, but it's not working too well. And I'm just gonna make a whole bunch of cards. Meanwhile, I still have a bit of money which I could use for marketing or something else. I've got that £25. So if you have any ideas, let me know in the comment section. I just set up my Thoughtful account, and you actually only get 10% of sales, which means if you sell a card, you get 32 pence, which doesn't sound like a lot, but if you were to sell 100 or 1,000, that's when it can start to scale. And the thing is, you do it once and you leave it there, it's gonna continue to bring you passive income. So I think it's a really good idea. You have to submit them and they have to get accepted, which is a whole thing. But I think this could be a really interesting way to make some passive income. I actually spent way longer than I thought I would on this card, but I think it's quite funny. It's good. Valentine's Day is coming up. That was one thing I realised, is that naughty cards or cards with swear words on them, or just rude cards in general, were doing really well. I thought it'd be a really good idea to go back onto Paddy Power with some of the money that we made in the call, but all that ended up happening is I lost £2 over the space of about 5 minutes. Thanks for watching today, and if you guys have any ideas, then drop them in the comments, because I'm going to be doing this day by day, so let's see how much money we can make tomorrow. See you later, guys.